Hello, everybody. Happy Friday to you guys. We'll give everybody a few minutes to start hopping on. Welcome, welcome. Can't believe another week has come and gone. So here we go.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hold on, what's your
Wyatt says hello, everybody. Hello, Miss Linda. We're going to give everybody just a few minutes to start hopping on. Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for all joining us on our Friday evening. Hi, Miss Crystal. We're going to get busy here in just a few minutes and give everybody a second to start coming on. Hi, Miss Sarah. Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you, Miss Pamela. Thank you guys for the stars. Thank y'all for sharing. Tag your friends. Share it to your Facebook pages. Just share the love. Hello, hello, Miss Carol, Miss Diane, Miss Crystal, Miss Sarah. Hello, everybody. We'll give everybody just about another minute to hop on so they can start showing up, and then we can get started. Miss Catherine from New Hampshire, first time. Awesome. Well, welcome. Hello, Miss Gina, Miss Tina. For those of y'all that don't know, I'm Bobby with Blessings with a Bow, and I do have my assistant with me tonight, Wyatt. Charlie is not with me. He wasn't able to come tonight, but we're still going to go over the bow.
He's at bingo. He's at bingo.
Yeah. Hi, Miss Gina. So, hello, Miss Susan. So, but we're still going to go over the bow maker. The one that I use is the Easy Bow that Charlie had bought. So we're going to show y'all how to do this tonight. So I had promised it and then he wasn't able to come. So, but we'll go ahead and go over this at the very end, okay? So after the class 2, I want to let everybody know that I've got 6 wreaths, I think, that are going to go at a discounted price tonight. So anybody that's interested in that, Miss Susan says, hello, Wyatt. He's coloring on, he's drawing in my book for me. So, hang on till the end, and we're going to offer, I've got 6 wreaths that I'm going to offer to y'all at a discounted price tonight. Once they're shown, you'll text me which number you want if anybody's interested, and then they will actually ship out tomorrow. And it's going to be a flat rate, and that the price does include shipping. So be sure to hang out for that if you guys want to take advantage of that at the end. Hello, Miss Lucille, Miss Regina, Miss Michelle, Miss Amy, Miss Sandy. Welcome, everybody. So for just to let you guys know too that you can, that's awesome. Just to let y'all know too that you can go to the upper right hand corner of your screen. You can do the little drop down, the 3 little dots. You can click that and be notified when we're actually on, when we come on live, so you can follow us. You can use any kind of ribbon that y'all have. Just grab it so that you can practice with us tonight. And then I'm going to show you so that you can use your kinds of ribbon to make big extravagant bows. Now, welcome all my first timers and welcome everybody from my returning customers. Thank you guys so much. I am selling bows in my Etsy shop. I am going to put that down as well. There is, that business is actually picking up. So if you need something for something specific, little girl hair bows, to bows to go on your swags, whatever design that you're making and you need bows, or even for your Christmas trees, let me know. I'll be more than happy to do them for you. So welcome, Miss Patty. Welcome, Miss Brenda from Canada. Welcome, welcome. 2 things I'm going to type in here first, y'all. This is my actual cell phone number. You will need this at the end of the live if you're wanting to purchase one of the wreaths. You will have to text me which one that you want, because it's too hard to keep up with the feeds and coordinate the names with everybody. So text me with the design of the wreath that you want. I'm going to put that down first. The second thing I'm going to put on here is actually my Etsy page. Now, if you are not a crafter and you're actually looking, or you need help, or there's something specific that you're wanting, I do accept custom orders. Let me type this real quick so I don't put this in wrong. Be sure to reach out to me. And this is my actual Etsy page. So be sure to check that out. And I will be more than happy to help you any way that I can. Now, that is my personal cell phone number that I put on there. So if you call me, it's hard for me to answer because I still do work full time. If you text me, it's easier for me to respond to you. If you put something on here on the actual live and I miss your comment, y'all give me a chance. Afterwards, I go back and I read everybody's comments. So I will respond to you. One last thing before I get started. If there is ever anything that I can pray for you or your family for, please do not hesitate to instant message me. I will be more than happy to do so. I keep a book with me all the time now and jot down prayer requests as they come in. So please feel free to reach out to me if you need prayer.
Which one do you like?
So hello, Miss Tammy, Miss Connie, Miss Janie. They're both very cool.
Which one?
So he is my little artist. I'm going to show y'all his pictures. So he's coloring his little characters. We're writing a book, him and I. So let's get started with our bow class tonight, y'all. So the first thing I want to show you guys is actually there's been a big interest in little girl hair bows. So these are some that we did on our little bow class, our little girl hair bow class the other night. We did nothing but little girl hair bows from all different kinds of ribbons. And this is one that we made. It's got the little alligator clip in the back of it, so it works great. And we made a little sheer one for like a wedding that you can use. We also put a little alligator clip on the back of that one. So we're going to start with little girl hair bows. Now, one of the main things that I want to tell you guys when you're working with the smaller ribbons is the wired ribbon always works the best. Now, you can definitely use like this little tiny grosgrain ribbon. Your grosgrain ribbon is the ribbon that has the little wedges in it, and you can see it, the little tiny lines. It does not have any wire to it, and it's very flimsy. So just to let you know. I don't know, Miss Karen. I don't know. Is anybody else hearing echo when I talk? Maybe not. Well, I'm filming in the kitchen tonight, so I don't know, but I've filmed it here many, many times, but there's nobody home but just Wyatt and I, so might be part of it too. There's not all the normal confusion. So the first ribbon that I'm going to start with tonight is actually a wired little ribbon. Okay, so this is a 5/8 inch wired ribbon. It works really, really good when you're doing little girl hair bows.
Girl hair
So,
bows?
yeah, for little girls,
I don't like
for babies. So when you're doing this, the reason that I like to use the wired ribbon, so if you're laying this up, say on top of your little girl's dresser, and you come in and you throw her stack of clothes on top of it, a normal bow you would smash and you'd be done. Like it would be ruined. If it sat there, the clothes sat there for a few days, and then you came back and then you didn't have, you'd be like, oh my gosh, that bow, I just bought it and now it's ruined. But if you get the wired ribbon, y'all, it can pop right back up. And then you just take your little fingers in between the little loops, fluff it back up, and you have like a brand new bow. Now, this is actually the wired ribbon is what I use for my Christmas tree, because when I'm done with my Christmas tree, I take all the bows off, I smash them, I put them in a container. Then when I come back next year, all I gotta do is take them out and fluff them up. So, well, we welcome you, Miss Karen. You can just watch and have fun with us anyway. So, Miss Margaret, let me see if I can turn this up here, y'all. Hold on. Is that any better? Turned up the volume. We'll see if that helps some. Sometimes when I move the camera, it messes it up, the volume. Okay, so we're going to take this ribbon and we're going to come down and make us a little tail. Now, some people don't want tails on their ribbons. I'm a tail person. I love little tails on my ribbons. So then you just take it and you crinkle it in, and always put your tail down. Okay, so you're just going to take it and crinkle it in, and then you're going to start with your little loop. Okay, the trick to making a beautiful bow is starting out small, and then each time you're going to graduate your loops just a little bit bigger. That gives it the big, beautiful roundness and fullness to your ribbons. So once you have your ribbon like that, you're going to take it and you're going to twist it a half a turn. You're going to come back underneath, take it in, and you want to make these loops about the same size on either side. You're going to take it in and then you're going to take your ribbon and twist it a half a turn. Now this ribbon is the same size or the same color on both sides. So it doesn't really matter as much on this bow as when we get into our bigger, beautiful ribbons that are printed on one side and lighter on the other side. So if you'll get in the habit of doing this every time, then all your bows are going to be beautiful and you won't have to worry about it. Miss Annette, we just started, so you are good. So then I'm going to take and I'm going to come back and make one more little loop. Take it and pinch it in.
I'm going to try the whole thing.
Take the ribbon, that's okay, and come back up the other side. And then I'm holding it in the center. Now you can see that I'm holding everything between my thumb and my 2 fingers back here on the back. Okay, so then you're going to take it and you're going to turn that a half a turn. So if this ribbon was light on the back side, you always want to turn the good printed ribbon towards you. The dull side goes away from you. Okay, so always know that you want the pretty side towards you. So then you're going to take it, pinch it in, twist it a half a turn, come back to the other side. And then you can keep doing this back and forth each time, graduating your loops just a little tiny bit there. And I like to keep mine kind of lined up when I'm doing the little girl bows because that tells me how wide my width of the ribbon's going to be once I'm done. Yes, Miss Carolyn, these will be, this will be recorded. It will be put on my Facebook page and it also will be on my YouTube page. So my YouTube page is Blessings with a Bow and you can hop on it and watch it, but it will also be under events, under my Facebook page. Under the past ones, go under and you can watch any of the videos that I've posted for a class, and it's actually labeled what the class is for. So there's quite a few in there if you miss something.
Look at my lion.
That's so cute. So then I'm going to come back down and I'm going to make this just 2 more loops on either side. And then you're just taking it and twisting it a half a turn, coming back down, twist it a half a turn. And now I'm going to stop. So this is our width. Now, I know what size of clip that I'm going to put this on. These are little alligator clips. They come from Hobby Lobby, from Michael's. You can buy them online. Hello, Miss Leslie, Miss April, Miss Peggy. Welcome. I'll have to use my scissors, baby, and cut it after this, okay? So I've got the smaller alligator clip. And when you're doing your little girl hair bows, kind of look at your actual design. So I'll show you, Miss Kelsey, because the half a twist on this ribbon doesn't really do anything other than align your ribbons right. But it also, when you're working with ribbon that is printed on one side and dull on the other side, it will keep the good side ribbon towards you at all times. So I'm going to take and I'm going to tie this off with a pipe cleaner. If you'll get in the habit of tying all of your bows like this, y'all will not mess up a bow ever. So the main tricks of doing bows, I'm going to give y'all tons of little pointers through this video, so please jot them down, commit them to memory because they're going to help you in the long run. If you hold your fingers tight in between and hold your ribbons in between, then when you get ready to tie this off, you can slip this pipe cleaner through your fingers, come across where your thumb is, you pull it as tight as you can, twist it, and now you can let go of it and cut this end off. When you twist your bows, that half a turn in the center, those scissors are terrible. I've cut way too many wires with that. Aww. I see that. I knew that right away. You're such a good little artist. So when you tie that and you do that twist, it gives you the freedom to pull these little loops around without slipping into your bow. So sometimes you can pull them really hard and you'll slip one way or the other and then your bow's offset. So you can take it and pull it around, fluff it up, and then you have a beautiful little bow. So then you could cut this off. And what I would do when I'm doing these for little girl hair ties. I cut it very short to the stem after I've twisted it 2 or 3 times. Cut it very close to the stem. Then take your hot glue and you're going to take one of the pipe cleaner ends and you're going to put it one way, and then you're going to take the other pipe cleaner in and you're going to put it the other way, and then you can actually glue this onto your alligator clip. So you would take your alligator clip, put your hot glue down, line it up, because you always have your ribbon straight across where you started, and then you glue it right on there, and then you have a beautiful little bow. Now, something else you can do, then you can pull your tails however you want them on there. Something else you can do is little girls, there's all kinds of cute little buttons, just regular little sewing buttons that you put on clothes. You could put a little apple in there, you could put like a little bookworm, you could put anything in there, little Mickey Mouse ears, anything. You can do these up as bedazzled as you want, or just simple cute little bows to match little dresses, okay? So alligator clips, they come in different sizes. You can buy these back in the fabric department at Hobby Lobby. They come to a whole bag of them. I don't know how many's in there, probably about 20 or so. We used these for the class the other night. But you can, these are the small ones. There are bigger ones. And then they've got the ones with the actual clip. So different kinds of hair girl bows that you can do. Now, another ribbon that you can use a lot of is the sheer ribbon. This ribbon is actually great for Mother's Day corsages, for prom corsages, for wrist corsages, for weddings, all kinds of stuff. So I still see people hopping on. So hello everybody, I'm Bobby with Blessings with the Bow. We welcome you guys. I'm sorry I can't say everybody's name as it's coming up. It's coming kind of fast. So thank y'all for all being here tonight with us. That's cute. One other thing I want to tell you guys. So when you do your bows, you want to trim up the ends of your ribbon. So you can either cut it in an angle, you can fold it in half and cut a V into it, or you can just actually go down, cut halfway, and then turn back up and cut it. I never take my V's and make them exactly the same by folding them and measuring them. I just cut them. So that's just me. I've been doing this for a long time, so I don't ever take the time to do that, and they all turn out beautiful. So, my tails are not on the same side. What did I do wrong? So, Tammy, that's okay. You can take it and pull your tail down. Mine wasn't either. My tail was up here, and so I just took it, and you can pull it down. So, once you've got it tied really tight in the center, you have to get it tight. If you do not get it tight, it will have, it will slip with you, and then you're going to have to undo your pipe cleaner, and you're going to have to start all over. You want your bows symmetrical. You want them to be able to, if it slips, then your actual pipe cleaner was not tied enough. I personally like to tie with the pipe cleaners because I can really get it in there and tie. If you tie it with the wire, a lot of that foiled wire is very thin, and it gives it too much play to your bows. So for me personally, I love to use the actual pipe cleaners. It's okay. Nanny can trim this up, watch. So the other thing that you can do is with your actual, with this sheer ribbon, you can start out with just little tails. So I'm gonna show you how to do a wrist corsage bow. So you're going to start out with small tails, and you just kind of think, if you're making it for an older lady or a younger lady, then you want to know about how long you want the ribbon to drape off the side of your actual corsage or on your actual pin-in corsage. So I'm going to make this kind of short, and I'm going to come up and make the small loop. Okay, so your ribbon's all the same way because you've not done any twisting yet. So then you're going to take it and you're going to take that twist a half a turn. Once again, this ribbon does not matter because of the simple fact that it's all the same color either way. So it's not going to mess you up, but get in the habit of twisting these ribbons. So then you're going to come up behind, take your ribbon, come up behind, crinkle it in, twist it that half a turn.
Hey, don't enter. Don't enter.
So for these, you want to do about 3 or 4 loops. Once again, graduating your loop in size just a little tiny bit each time. Turn it a half a turn, come back the other side, crinkle it in, twist it a half a turn, and come up. Now you're just lining these up, line all your little ducks in a row, and then you're gonna crinkle it in and turn it a half a turn, okay? Thank you, Miss Maggie, for posting that. And then I'm gonna come on this way, and I'm gonna do one more turn here, and one more. Usually for a corsage or a boot, or for a corsage or for a wrist corsage, usually 3 or 4 turns on either side is a good size to put in the middle of your corsage. Now you could go with a smaller ribbon, or this 1 inch, 1.5 inch ribbon is fine for those. So then you're going to take your pipe cleaner. I know I'm not going to need much of this. Actually, let me do a longer one, because if you were going to tie this around your flowers, you would want a little bit of a longer stem on there. So take it and twist it, and then you can let go of it. Once you can let go of it, y'all, you can move it, cut your tails, whatever you want to do with it. Now, something else you got to be careful of, because I went back and I V'd that tail, you want to make sure that your tails are still cut the same way. So if you V them. If you cut them at an angle, just cut them at an angle. And it doesn't make a difference either way, whatever preference you want. But even on my homecoming moms, it's a big thing that I'm very OCD about, that before anything goes out, I always check the tail ends of the ribbons to make sure everything's cut the same way. It just gives your customer a more finished, more professional looking piece. Okay, so now we've got this beautiful little bow. You could cut this off. You could use it for a little hair bow for a little girl. You could use the smaller sheer ribbon and do little hair bows out of it. You could tie it onto a wrist corsage, or it's the perfect size for like a Mother's Day corsage, because you've got your flowers up here. Then you just take your wire, tie it around the back of your flowers, and then twist it and then cut it off. And then you've got your bow for that. Okay? You can. Wyatt wants to say hi to you guys. He's being so good tonight. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, my imaginary friend is named Rich, and he wants to say hi.
Say hi.
He's saying hi. Richard already said hi.
Oh, he already said hi.
Yeah, Richard.
Okay, so let me see what the question was. Let me back up just a second. Miss Tammy, I do not use zip ties. And the reason I don't do it is because I get too much play in it. I've always used the pipe cleaners, and it works really, really well when you're doing, like, let me show y'all. So this, when you're working with grapevines, and you're coming and you're putting your big, beautiful bows on there, this, if you had a zip tie, you would have to go all the way around this or go through part of it. So it's easier for me to take that pipe cleaner, bend it through the wreath, and then tie it off and attach my bows to my wreath, okay? So for me, it has been always, the pipe cleaners have been the easiest. Now, if you're more comfortable using zip ties, you can try it. I cannot tell you how it would be, because like I said, I've never done it. So hi, Miss Janie. Hi, Miss Karen. Miss June says, hi, Wyatt. Everybody says, hi, Wyatt. All right, so that is our sheer ribbon. Our next ribbon that I'm going to show y'all is a ribbon that I use on my homecoming moms. This is just a satin ribbon. It's the cheap satin ribbon that you can buy. It comes in all different variety of sizes. So there's a number 40. This is the one that you would use on like your cemetery sprays, for your saddles, for anything that you need to put a big, big bow on. You can use the white for weddings. They're good for like to do the little draping down the aisle with the white. You can put them on the chair bows. I've done that with flowers before, using the white. So this is a ribbon that you want to use to cover a pretty big area, okay? So they have this all the way down to a teeny, teeny, tiny ribbon. This size is a 9/16. And then they have a number 5 that I use all the time. This is actually one of the sizes that I put on my actual homecoming mums. I use this for the back, this for the ribbons that I put the names on, and then I come back and use the smaller ribbon to actually accent my little bows. So I'm going to show y'all this ribbon. This is the smaller 9/16. This is what I actually do a lot of the braids, the homecoming braids in. So you can use this for a variety of stuff. You can use it for the braids. You can use it for boutonnieres. For the guys, you can use it for corsages. You want to show me your lion? So he wants to show y'all his lion. He loves lions. So, yes, Miss Crystal, let me do this little one first, and then I'll show you how to make a saddle bow, okay? So I'm going to take it, and I got the black so it would show up good for y'all. So then you're going to take it, and you're going to come, and you're just going to do the same thing. Always start your bow with, pinch it in the center, crinkle it in, however big you want your little ties, okay? So for this little bow, this would be something that I would put on the accent of the ribbon, or I could use it for a boutonniere to accent with. Miss Tammy said, very nice, Wyatt. Very nice, lion. So once again, you're going to start out with little tiny bows, little tiny loops. Take it, twist it a half a turn, come back up, making it small, twisting it a half a turn, coming to the other side. Now this is where it's going to get important for y'all to pay attention when you're twisting that ribbon to do that a half a turn. One side of this ribbon is very dull. The other side of this ribbon is very shiny. And the shiny side is the side that you want up, facing you, because that's the finished side. This ribbon is the easiest ribbon to actually practice your bows on. Right now, especially with them having homecoming, if you're in the Texas area, y'all can go to Hobby Lobby, buy some of the number 5, and practice with it. Tie it, take it apart. Tie it, take it apart. And get that twisting down. This is the easiest way. When I do bow classes, then it is definitely the ribbon that I start out with for people. But I usually use the number 5 just because it is bigger and easier for them to hold on to. But when you're doing your little accent bows, you want to make 2 or 3 little loops on either side. And actually, I'm going to do 4 on this. So 4 makes it really, really well for a boutonniere or for a little accent. So then you're just going to take your little tie, put it between your fingers where you're holding it, come to the back, and then twist tying it as tight as you can. Once that's twisted 2 or 3 times, then you can let go of it. So then you just cut off your tail, whatever size you want. That wasn't really at an angle. So now you see my tails are opposite directions. So I'm going to hold on to the actual pipe cleaner. I'm going to take it and pull it around. Turn my little tail down the way that I want it. And you might have to give it a nice little snug pull to get it where you want it. And then you might have to give it a little twist just so that it lays right. So then you've got your little tie here. Now, if I was going to put this on an actual ribbon, so I have my homecoming ribbon. So I've got this, right? So I'm going to cut this off here. Now, first let me show you this. If I was putting this on a boutonniere, say here's my flowers. I take this around, tie it around my flowers, twist tie it, and then you've got your little boutonniere here with your little flowers. And then you put your pin in the back and you got your flowers up there, and then it's a nice little boutonniere. Now, if you're doing it for a homecoming mom, you would just take it and cut this off after you've tied it very close to the actual ribbon. And then I always take those little pipe cleaners and I push them down. Now, if I was using this to actually, okay, baby. If I was using this to actually sell, I would have used a black pipe cleaner. That way, the pipe cleaner doesn't show, but I used opposite colors tonight so everybody could see. Thank you, Miss Stephanie. Thank y'all. So then I would take it, and I just brought some of my little trinkets in here to show you guys. So I could put this little football on my ribbon, okay? So I would take the football, glue it to my ribbon. This is hanging down off my mum. Now I've got this little bow. I can come right up here to the top, accent that piece with it, and then you've got a really, really cute little piece, okay? And this is hanging off your homecoming mum. So these little bows, I will sit for hours and just tie them while I'm sitting on my couch, so that when it comes homecoming season, I've got a variety of colors and I can just pick them and pull them and start gluing them to my ribbons, because that is a huge season for me. And I do tons of business around here for homecoming moms in the Houston area. So just food for thought there for that. Now here is the number 40 ribbon. It's satin as well. To make a good bow for like a cemetery, like a stand-up 5-foot cemetery stand on an easel, or even a casket spray, you want to use this. A lot of times you'll see the lettering on the casket sprays. They'll put mom or dad or brother or whatever down there. So you take that in consideration when you're actually doing your tails. So I'm just going to cut a nice little section here. It's about a yard. And I'm going to V these. Anytime I'm doing funeral sprays or casket sprays, all my tails are V'd. Just for the simple fact, I think it looks more elegant, and that's just me. So I V'd my tails, and this is going to be an extra tail that's going to go on the back of my bow. Okay, so I'm just going to set this aside for now. Now you want a good 4 to 5 yard ribbon, and the easiest way, if you do not have a tape measure handy, which I did not bring one in here tonight, is take the ribbon. This is another one of y'all's little clues. Take it from the tip of your nose to the end of your hand, and turn your head just slightly, and that right there, if I measured it, would be either 34 or 36 inches. Okay, I've done it a million times and it always comes up 34 to 36 inches. So I'm going to do that 4 times, okay? It seems like a lot of ribbon, but for this bigger bolt, they come 50 yards to a bolt. So you can get about 10 to 12 bows out of that bolt. And then if you use the smaller one, which this is really good if you're doing weddings for chairs, for the lanterns, for the walkway, and if you're just tying them on something, you can get about 25 bows out of a bolt of this ribbon, because there's 100 yards on each bolt. Okay, so I'm going to come down here and I'm going to leave my tail kind of long, because it's going to drape. Say this is for an actual casket spray, so it's going to drape over the top of the flowers, and I want to leave space to put something on there with the little sticky letters if I wanted to. So then I'm going to take it and I'm going to crinkle it in. Always crinkle it in the center, and you've got it pinched. This is the same size ribbon, same side as this side. So you're just going to move it up, take it, pinch it in. You're good. And then come this way, and be sure to turn off the light, okay? And then crinkle it in, and then you're just going to take it and twist it a half a turn. So now you've got your tail or your bows. The loops are about the same size on either side. If you want to measure them, you can. Some people have those big boards that actually have the measuring stick on them. You can definitely do that if you want to make it exactly. But I've just done it for so long that I just do it. So you'll get used to it. The more you do it, practice makes perfect. So I'm coming and making my second loop here, and I've got it held right here in the back. I'm going to take this and turn it this way, a half a turn. Now, if you did not turn it a half a turn, when you come to this side, then you've got the dull side out. So the twist is important, because you're turning the good side of ribbon back towards you. You always want to see the pretty side of your ribbon towards you. So, it's okay. It's okay. Just go turn off the light and wash your hands, okay? So then you're going to come down here, graduate your loop each time by just a little bit, crinkle it in, turn this a half a turn, come back behind, still graduating your loops each time. crinkle it in, turn it a half a turn, come back down, and making you each time you make your loops about the same size on either side. If you keep them lined up, then you can get a better visual of what you're actually doing. So you're still holding everything tight between your fingers and your thumb, okay? A half a turn, coming back up, and making sure that loop is still a little bit bigger. Each time you do that, that is what gives you your actual, just a second, baby.
Are you done with that loop?
Not yet, but I'll do that one next, okay? Each time that gives you this, because you're graduating the lengths of this, that is what's giving you your fullness of your bow. So that once you tie it off and you start pulling your ribbons around, that's what gives you the roundness of your bow. So I'm going to take it, turn it, come back up, and we still got quite a bit left, so we're still working with it. So you just keep making it until you're down to the end of your tail, so that you still leave enough tail.
Oh, please.
Little voices, okay? So that you can graduate it each time. And then you want to make sure that you have enough of your tail left to finish off. Now, say that I got this and there was only this much tail. I would not put another loop on there. I would stop. But because I have this... Oh, thank you, Miss Yvonne. Thank you so much. I've been doing this for about 35 years I've been doing flowers. So a long, long time. My first job was actually at a craft store when I was 16 years old. I had always helped my mom do crafts. She has done every kind of craft you could imagine. And she's had a ceramic shop. And then in East Texas, when we moved up there, she had a floral shop. I was actually helping her in our floral shop when I went and finished my nursing degree. So at that time, she got sick. And then
She passed away.
Yeah, she passed away. So I kind of got out of the florals full time, and then so then when me and my daughter got ready to go on a mission trip the year after she passed away, I got big, hot, and heavy back into crafts so that I could pay for our trip to Haiti. So my mom's been gone probably about 8 years now. So for the last 8 years, I've been really, really, really strongly getting back into it. So my 5-year plan is to actually have a warehouse to where I can ship supplies and do this full time and then my nursing part time, because I eventually want to teach nursing and then do this full time. So that's my goal. So we'll see what God has in store, but we're just taking one day at a time right now. So that's why I said if y'all call me, I can't always answer because I still do nurse full time, but I do this definitely on the side every night, basically.
Show them this.
Oh, he wants to show you his Lego. He's over here just building and coloring and all kinds of stuff. So we've got this tied really, really tight. I'm holding it very, very tight in the center. Now, don't forget we took this extra piece out, okay? So now, I want this extra tail, so I'm going to take it to the back, and I'm just going to lay it right there in the center, and then I'm going to crinkle it in as well. So now I have 4 tails on there, okay? So now I'm going to take my pipe cleaner, wrap it around, coming through my fingers where my thumb is, wrapping it around, pulling it as tight as you possibly can get it to the back of your bow. And you want to scoot it up there as tight as you can, and then give that a good 2 or 3 turn twist, and then you can let go of your bow, and you've just got this, and you're like, oh my gosh, that doesn't even look like a bow. But hold on, y'all. We're not done yet. So now that you've put it really, really tight, that gives you the freedom to start pulling your loops out. So you're just going to start pulling them opposite directions here. Now, if you had not tied that very tight, this would be slipping with you. So that's why it is so important that you give it that twist, because that gives it the freedom for these loops to move. But you have to tie that pipe cleaner very, very tight. Okay, so then once you've got that, you can take your bow and fluff it up, put it on a pick or an extra stand, and then put it right in the top of your casket spray. You can lean it over to the side, drape these down the side. You could put lettering on them. or you could even cut your tail smaller, however you wanted to. Now you could even go bigger than this if you wanted to. If you are able to, oh, thank you, Miss Yvonne. Thank you so much. If your hands are good and arthritis does not bother you, you could definitely make this about a 6-yard bow and put it even bigger. The main thing is not graduate your loops more than just a little bit each time, and that gives it the fullness that you've got because you've started out small and then you've graduated to your bigger loops, okay? But you could make this as big as you wanted to. So these are great ribbons for your casket sprays, your funeral sprays, for your weddings, for any kind of wedding decorations. You could put a pick on the back of it. You could put it on a big vase in the front of for a wedding. So this is the ribbon that really works good because it's not for long term. It lasts, it looks pretty for a while, but this is not a ribbon that you would want to leave outside for very long. So that's why you use it on short-term things like funerals or weddings or sprays that are going to be outside just for a short time. Okay, so that's this. Now the next one I want to show you is our multi-layered bows. So for simple, this is one that we did last time. Charlie did this actually on the Easy Bow Maker. He made a couple of them that night. So we have 3 different ribbons, different patterns, mix and match however y'all want to. Y'all, the actual combinations of ribbons are endless. There's so many beautiful ribbons out there. I am a person that loves ribbon. I'm ribbon poor because if I see it, I just love it. And Charlie could tell you if he was here, he would definitely vouch for that we have too much ribbon. But I'll use it, I promise. I'll use it someday. So I'm going to set that aside, this little thin satin ribbon, and I'm going to show y'all how to do that multi-layered ribbon. Now, I did that on that truck wreath that I showed y'all, and this is actually a tobacco basket that we did the other night, but look at that combination of that bow. So I used the tan and white, and then I used a sage, and then I came back with the white pumpkins, and it was absolutely beautiful. Just the color combinations. It gives it just enough contrast because I had the greens in the piece, and then it came back. And this was a tobacco basket that we did the other night. It sold right after the live. She's going to use it for a table decoration. Miss Cindy, I got to actually take it to her tomorrow on my way out of town. So there's just endless possibilities that y'all can do with this. So let me show y'all what we're going to do next. So fun. So I've got that same basic ribbon, but I've got it in a turquoise. Let me turn around here so y'all can see. Then I've got a plaid that has turquoise in it. Then I'm going to come back with the gold leopard in there. All this is wired ribbon. You've got a 2.5-inch ribbon, a 1.5-inch ribbon, and a 1.5-inch ribbon. Now you could let's even go a little bit further than that, and let's put a solid orange in there. Okay, so that is going to be a beautiful bow. So let me open up all of this ribbon and let me show you guys. Now, once we get to the actual bow maker, it may be easier for you if you have arthritis in your hands to be able to use that. That is why Charlie said we really ought to show people how to use that as well, just in case they do struggle with their hands. I know the older I get, I've tied so much and so many blood pressures that my hands do hurt. And at homecoming time, sometimes I even have to ice my wrist because of all the twisting and turning. So it definitely can play a toll on your body. So give me 1 second while we're almost done with this, okay?
Can I have that?
In just a second, and he's going to use it for just a minute. He's got all my ribbons stacked up here nice and neat for me so we can keep them all together. So, all right. So when I do this, I think in my head first what piece I'm going to use it on. Now, this bow is actually going to be one for sale tonight. It'll be listed in my Etsy page after the live. Any of these bows tonight are just going to go in the Etsy shop so that, see, I have rheumatoid arthritis and definitely have those days when yes. So Miss Maggie, definitely, especially when you get with bigger and a lot more ribbons. And for me, I'm left-handed, so that's why y'all see me switching and cutting, because I cut right-handed, but I'm left-handed. So I have to switch to actually cut my ribbons. So I'm gonna start, just think in your head how you want this bow to look. I'm gonna start with the plain in the center, the orange. I'm gonna come back with the turquoise, then the striped, and then finish with the big pumpkin. Now, you could have switched this up any combination that you wanted to, but because I have the turquoise, I didn't want to put turquoise against turquoise. So that's why I separated it with the colors, starting out plain and going to the big, beautiful patterns. You could have done it with the polka dotted, you could have done it with the white, you could have done it with any of these patterns that are on here. Okay?
But no glue.
No glue. It's all tied. So somebody had asked a while ago where to get the ribbons. So the best place, and Miss Gail, I see that comment too. The best place to get your ribbons is, I do buy ribbons from all over. So any store, craft store I go to, I pick up stuff everywhere I go. But craftoutlet.com, give me just a second, baby, because I still need it. Let me type this in for y'all. Craftoutlet.com. You do not have to have a tax ID number to order through them. They are a great place for a supplier. If you purchase at least hey Kelly, if you purchase at least $69, they'll ship you your stuff for free. So right now, guys, that's a great deal because everything costs so much to ship anything. So I found that out when I started shipping Reese. It's ridiculous what they charge you for shipping. So definitely take advantage of that. Another good place is I get ribbons from Hobby Lobby, from Michaels, I don't really buy from Joann's Fabrics. The only thing I temporarily buy from them is sometimes I get some florals, and I definitely get my fleece from them. Are you dancing? And then I think it's called I'm sorry, I'm taping on my other one. I'll post it after this. It's either Fifth Street Studio or Studio Fifth Street. They have a lot of good ribbons, and they have a lot of good signs. So if you go through there, that is definitely a great place. Okay, give me just a second, okay? All right, so let's start with our 1.5 inch ribbon, and we're going to make a small tail. Now this bow could go on a wreath. Kelly says, hi, Wyatt.
Hi.
And then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to twist it a half a turn, come back around, twist it a half a turn. Okay, keep your toy over there for a minute, okay? And I'm going to cut this. So this is what we're starting out with our center. Okay? So we've got loop to loop, same size on either side here, okay? Still holding in the center, so we're going to add some more stuff. Miss Crystal, yes, Fifth Street Studio. Thank you, Miss Pam. The flowers I really just pick up everywhere. So occasionally I will buy flowers through Joann's Fabrics. You really have to watch their quality of flowers there. Hobby Lobby has a great variety of flowers. Now that they're getting their shipments in from all the COVID back orders, they are a great place to get some of your florals. And then I go to Craft Text, which is downtown or over by the Galleria in Houston, and I get it there. Yes, Miss Caroline, get in the habit of twisting your ribbon no matter what, because then you're not going to forget when you're not using it. So just, even if you're doing little bows, big Christmas tree bows, any kind of bow, twist it that half a turn, okay? So thank you guys again for all the stars. I really appreciate everybody. I see them keep popping up, so thank you guys. We're almost to our next goal. We're at 74%, so thank you guys so much. So now I'm going to come back with a turquoise, and I'm going to make this tail just a little bit longer. So when you add another ribbon, you just lay it on the back, okay? So you don't have to do anything for this one. So then you're going to come down, and on this one I'm going to do 2 loops on either side. Once again, you can see that I'm graduating this size here, okay? Half a turn. It's okay, Miss Cindy, no worries. You can watch the replay. Then I'm going to come back up, and I've got my loop here, and then I'm going to twist it in a half a turn, twist it. Now look, if I did not twist this a half a turn and I came back and I made my loop, see, the bad side of the ribbon is out. You have to get in the habit of twisting that ribbon. So when you get it here, you want to twist it because you're bringing the good side of the ribbon back towards you. Okay? So then I'm going to put another loop on this side and another loop on this side. Now when I'm doing multi-layered bows like this, I actually kind of put the loops where I want them because then that tells me how much bigger I need to make my bow. So as you can tell, I've kind of flared, okay, little voices, okay? So you can tell by this, I've kind of flared it out just a little bit because in my mind that I can tell how big I need this bow. So I'm going to twist it and I'm going to come down here and I'm actually going to cut it. So I don't measure it. I can visually see where I cut my last tail, so I want it a little bit bigger. Now, I'm very, very, very cautious about not wasting material because you guys can use different combinations, leftover pieces, mix and match. So save all your pieces of material. When you're down to the end of the roll, I'm going to show y'all what to do with that, but let me get this one tied first. Don't ever waste your materials. Unless it's a little teeny tiny piece, don't waste it. We can use it for something. Just like this. Like if it's that much, throw it away. But if it's any kind of length to it, then save it. Okay? So now I'm going to come back with my plaid. And I'm going to make this, I'm just laying it on the back, once again, making my tail a little bit bigger than my last tail. Okay? Take it, and I'm going to crinkle it in. I'm going to take it towards me, loop it back around. This is okay. And take it and twist it a half a turn. Come there, take it, twist it a half a turn, come back, and once again, I'm making my loops out so that when I pull this, I'll be able to see it. Okay, crinkle it in, twist it a half a turn, bring that ribbon back up. And this is what we've got so far. Okay? Now, you could do one loop on either side. You could do 2 loops on either side. Whatever you want to do for your wreath or your swag or whatever it is that you're making. So now I'm going to come back and finish with this beautiful turquoise. And I'm going to come down here and I'm going to put my loop. Now when I do, or my tail, when I finish, when I use a 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, I want to finish with a 2.5 inch to give it good support. And I'm going to usually always finish my bows off with 2 loops on either side. Unless the piece does not need it. If you're using this for an accent, then you might not need it. So then, it does not matter, Miss Angela, as long as you're twisting it back around where you've got the good ribbon towards you. I'm left-handed, so I just automatically twist it that way. So crinkle it in and then turn it a half a turn. Come back around, pinch it, twist it a half a turn. Now here's where I'm finishing it. Okay, so I'm coming up.
And what would it be when the last bow?
In just a few minutes, okay? So then we're gonna take it and finish this off. I've got everything held between my fingers here. Taking my pipe cleaner, coming down in between my fingers, wrapping it all the way around, grabbing it very tight, and then twisting it. And you have to push that tie all the way up to the very end of that ribbon, holding as tight, squishing it down as possibly as tight as you can. Okay, then straighten your pipe cleaner, come back around, and now you can cut your tail. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that all my tails are cut before I do anything else. This one's not V'd or angled enough, so I'm going to cut it a little bit more. Now I can take it and start pulling it. Now, a lot of times when I do different projects, I really like it when the bow is at an angle. It doesn't have to be. It can be straight up and down, whatever you want to do with it. But because you've tied that so tight, now you have the freedom to give these a little bit of a tug, and your bow's not going to slip on you. Okay, I mean, you're not going to act like a maniac and just start pulling it like you're angry at it, but it's okay to give it a little tug. Like a soft little love tug. So I'm just coming around here, putting my little tails out, moving everything like I need it to. Then you can take it and take your little fingers, fluff up underneath your little loops, fluff them back up. How cute would that be on a fall Christmas tree, y'all? I am about to set up my fall tree because I have a tree that I keep up all year round, and it's had Patriotic on it for a few weeks, and I am so ready for fall, making all these fall decorations. You want to show them? Hold it real still. See how pretty that is? No, wait a little because I can't see it. So there you have this beautiful bow. Okay? So you can make it as big as you want. You wouldn't have to put 2 loops on either side. You could have just done 1 loop on either side. But when you get down to the very end, finish it off with a 2.5-inch ribbon and put 2 loops on either side. That actually gives it the security that it needs to support the rest of your bows. Okay, the rest of your loops. That is a beautiful combination, y'all. These are all new ribbons that I just got in from Studio Fifth Street, and I was so anxious to get into them.
And there's a mess over here.
Yeah, lots of ribbon.
Yep.
So you will not believe all the beautiful signs that I got. I'm so excited to start working on that stuff. So this one will be listed in the Etsy shop after tonight. Hey, Tommy.
Hi, Tommy.
You're just in time for our bow class.
Yeah. Hi, Tommy.
So the next one I want to show you guys, and this is the last one we're going to do on...
Yep,
actually,
on the live video.
Well, this is the last one we're going to do. Just a second. For a Christmas tree topper. And I want to show you guys when you have a ribbon that's printed one way.
And always subscribe for Nanny's show.
That's right. See, he's already learning, y'all. He said he's going to take over when Nanny retires. He wants to take over the family business. So
yep.
I'm teaching him young, y'all. So, okay, wait just a second. So now this one that I'm going to do is going to be a black and white checker. Okay, hold on. A black and white checkered, and then it's going to be a truck ribbon. Okay, these are such cute combinations together, and they always look good when you're working with Christmas tree toppers. Now, a Christmas tree topper, you're going to need about 6 to 8 yards of ribbon if your tree's anywhere from like 4 to 6 foot. When you're talking about these magnificent big 12 to 20 foot trees, you're going to need a lot more ribbon than that. So you may actually have to do your bow in sections, or if you have the Easy Bow Maker, that would be a great bow to do that on, okay? But I wanted to use this ribbon because I want to show you guys. When you twist this ribbon, it's going to turn your bow upside down. So let me just show you, for instance. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the center, then I'm going to come back with black and the white, and then I'm going to come back and put more of the truck ribbon behind. But I want to show you guys, because your print's going one direction. So once you twist it, you have to, and you get it secured, you have to twist it again to bring the right side of the truck back up. This is an ongoing problem, but it's all in your twisting, okay? So let me start with this. We're going to come down and we're going to do a little bit of a tail, and we're still going to start small because we need a center. We want the middle of our bow to be pretty. So you're going to start down, come in, crinkle it in, you're going to turn it a half a turn. When you come back on this other side and you crinkle it in and you twist it a half a turn, this truck is upside down. This truck is right side up. So you're going to hold tight in the center, okay? And you're going to take this whole piece and you're actually going to turn it. So now your truck's back upright, okay? So when you tie this off, your tie is actually going to hold this bow the way that you need it to be. So we're going to start out with 2 loops on either side in the center, twist it a half a turn. We're going to come and do our other loop. Once we twist it, that's when you have to go back and hold the whole loop and twist it again. Bring in your truck print back up the right way. Okay?
Back up the right way.
That's right. Back up the right way. So now I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to come down here. When I'm doing specialty ribbons like this, y'all, I try to cut in between the print so that you get the full effect of what's going on here with the beautiful little truck. And I'm going to just cut my tails at an angle. Okay? So now I'm going to come and I'm going to take this black and white, and I'm going to do the same thing. Make my tail just a little bit longer. Now these rolls of ribbon actually came from Sam's. So if you guys have a Sam's, that is a great place to get some good quality ribbon. It usually comes about 50 rolls to a yard. 50 yards to a roll. Get my dyslexic out of the way here. It's a Sam's Club. Costco has ribbon too. They have now a spring collection and a fall collection. There's 50 yards to a bolt. It works really well. It's all wired and it's very nice ribbon. So I usually try to buy up all their sparkly stuff for the homecoming moms. So I'm going to take this and graduate this loop just a little bit bigger. Twist it a half a turn. Sam's Club is like Sam's Wholesale. Walmart owns them, and it's they sell like in bulk. So every once in a while, and they just started carrying a spring collection, I think like last year. So just always watch for that if you've got one by you, and it's called Sam's Wholesale Club. If not, you can they ship too. So some people, they had just clearanced out all their spring, and people were messaging me and saying, hey, they've got it for like $2.91 a yard for 50 yards of ribbon, y'all. Great deal. That was clearanced out though, so there wasn't a lot to pick from. But some of the solid colors, y'all, don't just ever limit yourself to a ribbon being used in that season. Of course, the Christmas trees have to be used during Christmas. But this black and white, y'all, I use this all year long. Yes, awesome.
Now can I put it?
Not yet, because I got to use it one more time, okay? So then I'm going to come and I'm going to add some more here because we're making a tree topper. So I'm going to come down, and depending on how many tails you want to start your ribbon off to the side and then just continue graduating your loops with this ribbon. Now you have to just make sure that your trucks are the right way. So then you just twist it, come back behind. Trying to keep this out of the way so y'all can see. Crinkle it in the center and then twist it. And because I started the tail on the opposite side, so this is the side that I need to turn upright. So you're just going to take the whole loop and give it a whole nother twist, and that keeps your ribbon the right way. Okay? So then we're going to come down, do the same thing, another twist. Still graduating it each time. Hey, Mindy.
Hi, Mindy.
Hi, Mindy.
Hi, Mindy.
That's Mia's mama.
Hi, Mindy.
So then I'm going to take it, and I have to hold it really tight there, because once I start to switch hands, I don't want to lose that. So if you lose it, don't say any bad words. You just start over. It's okay, because it happens. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
So then
Don't say bad words when you're a kid.
That's right. So then I'm going to come back and I'm going to finish with the black and the white, making my strip, my tail a little bit longer still. Now, if you wanted these great big tails, you could definitely cut you a separate section and add to the back of it, or you could cut it when you're cutting this, or add, whatever you want to do. You could cut the piece like we did on the cemetery bow and just add it to the back of it if you needed long streamers on it, or you could actually do it as you go here. So this is our second loop on that side, and I'm gonna come back with the second loop on this side. Now, y'all, we could sit here and go all night and make this bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But I'm gonna stop here. This is a good place to stop. And then I'm gonna tie this off. Now, because this bow has gotten so bulky, I'm not gonna let loose of it until I tie it. because at this point my hands are kind of cramping, so if I let go of it, I might lose it. So I'm just going to take it and pull it as tight as I can. Then you get as close as you can here and you give it a good twist, holding it as tight as you can to that base there, okay? And then you can let go of it. Kind of bring your fingers back, kind of wiggle them a little bit, get some blood flow back to them, and then you can cut your tails. So I'm going to I'm going to angle it. I'm going to making sure that all my tails are angled here, which they are. Now I can do something with this. So I'm just going to take it and pull it down around here. What, baby?
I want the lights on.
Okay, go turn them on. We're almost done, baby, I promise. They all wanted to go play bingo tonight, so Wyatt came with Nanny because he's not old enough yet to go. So he said, I'll help you on your live, Nanny. I was like, okay. So here we go, guys. Now, if you wanted this to go directly on top of your tree like that, it could definitely hang down like this. If you wanted to tie it to the top of your tree, then I would pull all of your tails down to the front of it and then pull your loops more up. So it just depends on, it's actually this way. It just actually depends on how you want your bow to go on there. So it could be use these, I always take it and take these pipe cleaners and tie it around the top of my tree. And then I twist it. I usually put green on my tree from my Christmas tree. And then you can't even see the stem. So I just take that, twist it around there. So you could take this and either put it like this on the tree with the ribbons hanging down, or you could put it on the side, however you wanted to do it. So lots of beautiful things that you can do with these big bows. These are beautiful for swags. You could do a big Christmas swag and put it on there. I love the ribbons. Yeah, you can. So all kinds of stuff that you can do with these. So this is my Christmas tree bow. Okay, this will be listed in the Etsy shop too, probably later tonight or tomorrow whenever we get to it. Now the last thing I want to show you guys before we get to the
Say goodbye.
Well, not yet.
Aww.
You're good. Give Nanny a minute, okay? The last thing I want to show you guys is how to use the bow maker. So this is a combination of ribbons. So when you use the bow maker, the only difference is...
I put it in my collection.
Thank you. The only difference is when you're doing the bows. So when we're hand tying our bows, we're starting out from small and we're working to big. When you're using the bow maker, you have to start from your widest width and work down to your center. So you're doing it opposite of what you normally would do, okay? So I'm gonna set this up here, and this is a box that I can elevate up where y'all can see it. So let me move this real quick up here. Now the bow maker that Charlie bought is an Easy Bow Maker, and it is purchased through Amazon.
Yep, you make the bestest.
And it's got the different inches on it. It has an end down here that you can put your ribbon on, and it's measured through here so you can measure your loops as you go. And then it's got these two little prongs right here in the center where you twist the ribbon and you put it down in there. And this actually holds your bow to free up your hands. Thank you, Miss Eureka. Thank you so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this around here like this so I can have the ribbon on my left side, and we'll have this in the center. And I'm going to turn this down just a little bit so y'all can see. Hopefully that's high enough there. So let me see. Let me elevate this just a little bit more. Probably about right there. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to build us a little stand here. Y'all, one of these days it's going to be perfect and I'm not going to have to worry about all this. It's going to be just set perfect for us. But
Ribbon?
yeah, it's all ribbon.
Whole ribbon.
So I'm going to elevate this up here. That way y'all can see just a little better, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do on this bow, we're going to do another fall ribbon. And this is a beautiful combination of different colors. What, will you hand me that one right there that you just put on there, the fuzzy one? The big one, the big roll. Right there underneath that one. No, right, go back. Just a second, y'all. That one. The big roll. No, that one right there. Yeah. So this is a beautiful, beautiful ribbon. This is actually one that I just got. Look at that detail on there, y'all. And it's got the little fuzzies on the side. Hi, Kathleen. Oh, I'm so glad, Miss Rita. That's what I'm here for, is to help you guys. I want everybody to be able to learn this so that you guys can share and do, because there are so many times, y'all, my extra crafts have helped us so much. So if I can teach somebody how to earn extra money for their family, then I'm all about that. So that's why I don't charge for my videos, because I want to be able to help other people, to bless them. And if that's the way I can bless y'all, then that's what I want to do. So this is a 2.5 inch ribbon. Look how detailed and beautiful that is. And it's got the little fuzzies on the side. I just love this ribbon. So you have to figure out, first things first, how big you want your tail. You always want to start out with your biggest ribbon on the bottom when you're using this actual bow maker. So I'm going to start out with about a 8-inch tail, okay? So you can see on there that they go from 0 in the center all the way out to 10 inches on either side. So it's counted both ways so you can keep track of it. So you're going to take it and you're going to pinch it in, and you're going to stick it down here in between your rods right there, okay? Then you're going to come up. Let me see if I can prop this up a little bit. Okay, so then you're going to come up and you're going to decide how big your biggest width for this is going to be. I'm going to make this bow for an actual swag that I'm doing for a lady, so I know that I want it for the top of the swag. So I'm going to make the outer skirts of it about 7 inches. So then you're going to take it and you're going to take it a little loop here.
We got a mess over here, a ribbon mess.
And you're going to pinch it in the center, and then you're going to twist it again, and you're going to put that right there in the center. Okay? So this is our bottom of our actual bow. So then we're going to come to the other side, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to figure out that that's 7 inches, so we're going to do 7 inches on this side. We're going to take it and crinkle it in. And then you twist it just a little bit. So I'm actually going to do 2 of each on the bottom. But now I have to, instead of graduating my loops bigger, 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 I have to graduate my loops smaller, smaller, smaller. He is my entertainment, Miss Caroline, I tell you. He is such a sweetheart. He is always right there with me. We have done wreaths together and everything. He just loves the crafting. He's so creative. He loves to draw. He actually he colored one day, y'all, a whole book of characters. And we're going to write, because he's starting kindergarten. So I'm going to actually write a book using his drawings of his first day of kindergarten and his friends. So I'm excited about that. So who knows what we're going to do together. We have a cooking show together. And so I'm coming back on the other side. I'm going to shorten it just a little bit, bring it into about 7 inches, twisting it, and then I'm going to cut it. Okay, so it's once again stacked on top of each other here. So we've got this so far, okay? Everything's in the center so that when we actually cut it or take it off to tie it, everything will be lined up correctly. So then I'm going to take it and cut my tail about the same 7 inches. I'm cutting them at an angle so then we can take this off. Oh, Miss Caroline, that's great, because I need to do the same thing. I've gotten so many different ribbons now that I've got to take time to just organize. I need to put spring aside and keep out my fall and my Christmas, because it's very addicting to buy all these beautiful flowers and stuff, and I just get so much of it, and then you can't find what you need because you've got so much of it. So let's put some orange down next. Okay, so I'm just going to do the bright orange. Oh, that's pretty. Miss Myra, thank you so much for the love gift today. It was such an exciting thing to come in and see it here. So that's why it's going through right now. He's just stacking it all up everywhere. So thank you very much. So now I'm going to take my 1.5 inch and I'm putting it down, crinkling it in, making my tail a little bit shorter, putting it in there. And I'm going to come back and decide how big I want these loops. So I'm going to make this next section about 5 inches. Okay? Oh, thank you, Miss Tammy. I feel like I'm so late because I don't get off work till late. So I just feel like sometimes I'm too late to catch the majority of the crew. But y'all can always watch the replays if you don't catch me. And some nights, y'all, like last night I was supposed to come on and I really wanted to because I had all these beautiful signs I had just picked up. But I had like 4 arrangements to do last night. I think it was like around 3 o'clock this morning when I finally got to bed. I was like, there's no way I can get on tonight and get all this done. Because I've got to go to East Texas tomorrow. So I'm going to get up super early, run up there. Because of our kids' fundraisers next weekend. That's pretty. One of our youth kids actually is a 49ers player, and Jeffrey, and he signed a football for the kids for his to auction off for their fundraiser. So I'm going to go to East Texas tomorrow and deliver a bunch of desserts and deliver some goodies that I've made that people have ordered. And so we've got a quick trip. I have a quick trip to East Texas tomorrow. So that's what I knew. I'll read it to you in just a minute, okay? So now we've got our orange down next. We've got the burgundy, or the big ruffled on the bottom with all the beautiful pumpkins on it. Then I just put a solid color to kind of split it up. And now I'm going to come back and I got a burnt orange checkered. So I'm going to finish it off with that. And it's got a little bit of design to it, but not a contrasting design to where it's going to actually take away from the pumpkins. Okay, so I'm going to come back and put this in the center and we'll finish that off with this. So now I want to show you guys, because I'm a nurse, I have to tell y'all this. You can just stack it up there. Do you see those little tiny wires sticking out there? That's the only thing that you really have to be careful of when you're working with wired ribbon. Is those little wires, when you cut this, can actually fall out of your piece. And if it does, then you can get that in your foot. And if you're a diabetic, you can cause yourself a terrible, terrible wound. So just be extremely careful with that. Cut over a table so that you do not get hurt. I know, look at that. This is that ruffled edge too. I just love this ribbon. It is so pretty. I thought that it would fray, but it's not. It's very good. It's not been fraying. That's pretty too. So I'm going to take this, crinkle it in. Make this one just a little bit shorter. Your tail, you're getting it shorter each time. Thank you, Miss Crystal. Excuse me. Swallowed wrong. So then I'm going to come back and I'm going to make this loop about 4 inches, crinkle it in the center. And you just come back over to the other side and then put 2 more loops in the center here. Graduating that size down just a little bit each time. And it kind of gives you the freedom of your hands to be able to work with this, move it as you need to. You don't have it tied off yet, so it gives you the freedom to kind of maneuver your little pieces around here. And I'm going to twist this. I know, it's so pretty. And then I'm going to come back and finish this off right here. So I'm just going to crinkle that in the top, figure out how much of a tail that I want on it, and I'm going to cut it at an angle. Okay? So now we've got everything done. Oh, thank you. So, Miss Linda, you can get on my Facebook page under Blessings with a Bow. If you go under events, you can see all my videos that have been posted so far. Or you can go to my YouTube channel, which is Blessings with a Bow. And you can look me up there. I just got approved for the YouTube channel probably about maybe a month or so ago. But I just was able to get it set up and start uploading videos about a week ago. So my YouTube channel's been up about a week and I only got a few followers, but that's okay because it's all going to grow in time. So then I'm going to take my pipe cleaner, y'all, and you push this down as tight as you can. And as you lift this up, you want to slip that pipe cleaner underneath it because you're once again going to tie this as tight as you possibly can. And then you're going to twist tie this around. Now once you get it a little tight, you can lift it up off of here and you just lift it straight up. Then I would untie it just a little bit and move this pipe cleaner to the back. And then pull it as tight as you can, squishing it down, and then just twist that really, really good. Okay? So then we've got this. And you're going like, oh my God, that is no bow. But hold on, we're not done yet. So then I'm going to take it and I'm going to pull my little loops around. Taking your little fingers, running up underneath these loops. Now this is really good for like your bigger bows where you're going to put a lot of different ribbons into it if you don't want to hold them. However you want to do it. Poor Tommy, I think he hopped off before he could tell us his joke. He says, when you're on a class, I don't want to interrupt you, so I'm not going to say anything. So for all that don't know, my brother's Tommy. He hops on. He's and does everything in East Texas, but he's...
Hi, I want to tell you a joke.
Wait just a minute, baby. So there we have this beautiful big bow that's going to go on top of a swag. It's going to be at the very, very tip top, and it's got full of greenery. So you can definitely use the bow maker for your bigger, wider bows, and that helps keep your hands free to be able to maneuver around with it. So that one is actually going to go on an order. So that's why I wanted to finish it with it, because I have to finish that piece tonight as well. So now, does anybody have any questions before we get to the other part of this?
Yeah, and also I want to tell you a joke.
Okay, Wyatt's going to tell you a joke really quick.
Why did the cookie went to the dentist?
Why?
Because he felt crumbly.
Ah, what? He felt crumbly?
Yeah.
That's cute. Hey, need my book right there and my pen, because I need that next, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so let me just go over a couple of things